Welcome to Ouch. Was that a ghost? This podcast may contain graphic material, which some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Help me.
Now that we covered that, here's your host, Liz.
Welcome back to Ouch, Was That a Ghost? And of course, Natasha is back.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh, yeah. I'm always happy to be on. Who are you kidding? I was like, I'll get out of bed for this. Let's do it. Got my wingman with me tonight.
Gus, right? Your little pup.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
Oh, there he goes.
I need dogs. I'm such a cat lady. I'm going to be eaten by cats.
No, you don't need dogs. They got to go outside, and then they bark at everything. They want to take up like half your bed. They like to chew everything up.
This is a weird case we're doing today. And I kind of got there because I don't know if you heard the episode I did on werewolf trials.
No.
Oh, whatever. We'll just go into it.
I've been slacking with training, man. I've not listened to anything.
I am so behind on podcasts too. I just caught up with Joe on the Film Joe podcast on all those, but I'm like 2 behind on yours. I suck.
Yeah, say I'm slacking.
Don't worry, I get it. So just jumping right in. In 1386 in Normandy, which is northwest of France, while a baby's parents were getting busy in some nearby hay, someone crept into their home, made their way to their child's crib, and ended up gruesomely maiming the baby. Some articles describe it as defacing the baby, which resulted in the infant's death. I felt like your emotions just went up, down, all around as I said that.
They did. I was like, oh, they can't see my face. My face went so many places. I was like, ooh, hello, like get it on the hay. And it's like, oh, creeper. Oh, baby's room. Holy shit.
But the murderer was swiftly captured.
Okay, well, they got that at least.
And had her day in court.
Her?
Yep, her day in court because the murderer was a female and she was also a pig. Or a sow, a female pig.
Dude. Pigs are, I know all about them pigs, man. I literally have a sow's skull on the other side of this wall.
A sow's skull? What is wrong with you? What are you doing?
Yeah, I rode her. So when I was a kid, my uncle had this sow.
What is your life?
Yeah, I know, right? So when we were kids, we were, about the middle of no man's land, bumfuck Egypt, with nothing to do. So we would ride the sow. And we'd climb up and jump her, see who could ride her the longest, right? And I jumped on her and didn't realize she had just had her piglets. And I couldn't see them because they were on the other side of her. And so I hopped on her. Yeah, it was bad. But anyway, so she passed away. But my uncle loved that pig. I mean, she was like, she would follow you around like a dog. She was very smart and all that fun jazz. And so he kept her skull. And when he found out I make things out of bones, he brought her to me. So I have her head. Joke's on her. I got the last laugh.
Oh my God.
She's on the other side of the wall.
Let's just keep a framed picture. Let's keep her literal skull.
Yeah. And I mean, this thing, you should see the tusks on this thing. Do you want me to go get her?
You're giving me all the emotions that I gave back to you.
Here, hold on. I'll go get her real quick.
Okay. My gosh. Oh my gosh, that's so much larger than I thought.
Right? Look at it compared to my head.
Wow. That's a big one. And what are you going to do with it?
So I want to put it up on this like wood. I have this plaque of wood and I want to hollow the edges out and line it with white and then fill it with blue epoxy so it looks like water. And then I want to mount her on the top of it.
Okay. She's
going to be beautiful. I have a picture of like kind of what I want to do. I'll have to see if I can find it and send it to you.
All right.
But yeah, this is old Sal.
Yeah, if you get a chance, you should snap a picture so I can attach that. That's insane. That is
definitely.
A lot larger than I definitely thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's what she said. There you go.
Oh my gosh. All right.
So parents are at a barn getting it on. They leave the baby in the crib in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a pig gets in.
Well, this is 1386 in Normandy, so I highly doubt they have, like, glass pane windows. I'm picturing, like, wooden straw hut in there.
They probably don't even have a real crib. It's probably just this thing on the floor. I was going to say, how does this thing get in the damn crib? But I'm like, oh, well. And sometimes, so there's been sows that will give birth, and as the piglet's coming out, they eat their own piglet as it's coming out.
Oh, I hate that. It's like a gerbil situation.
It's gross.
Yuck. But
Ugh.
this pig, she was convicted of the terrible crime, and she was sentenced to death.
They convicted the pig. Sentenced to death.
The culprit, she was dressed in a white shirt and a white jacket and some white pants that were custom for her. And she was marched to the gallows as the townspeople watched on as the sow was maimed and hung to death for her crimes.
The fuck? What? They dressed it in clothing. How would you even hang a pig? That's a big ass noose. Or like I can see him like strapping it behind its legs or something. It's just like dangling like a pinata, like a pork pinata.
But if you haven't figured it out, today we're covering animal trials. Well, non-human animal trials.
Maimed? Please tell me they cooked and ate this thing afterwards. Like potluck style.
I don't think they did.
What?
I think they just killed him.
That's a lot of bacon you're missing out on, man.
Right?
I can't believe they dressed it up.
Some articles said, I didn't include this because I think I only saw 2 of them with it, that they put a human mask on the pig as they marched it to the gallows. Because that, my mind can't go there.
I hope by human mask it was like artificial, not like a Buffalo Bill situation.
Ed Gein.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Ed Gein. I was like, eh.
But yeah, these animal trials, well, non-human animal trials, took place throughout Europe from the 13th to the 18th century. These were trials to hold the animal legally and morally accountable for their actions. Like, I love old-timey court cases, thinking that way back then...
Legally, morally. Morally accountable, sorry.
They would hold inanimate objects and corpses accountable as well and bring them to court. There's a case going as far back to ancient Greece of things like objects being held accountable. This was written in the Description of Greece by Pansaeus. I'm going to nail all these names, don't worry. He wrote, I'm not even going to try to say his name. There was a famous boxer. He was known for like his build and winning a bunch of things at the Olympics. So they ended up making this statue to honor his great feats. And one of his rivals, who never got to beat him in life, used to visit his statue every night and flog it.
He's just beating its ass.
And one night when he was flogging it, the statue fell on him and killed the man.
That's karma.
The deceased man's family was so angry and wanted that statue to be held accountable.
The freaking statue that he is, that's self-defense. That would fly nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
The statue got held. Huh.
And the family won the case, and the statue was thrown into the ocean to be given back to the gods. That was his punishment.
At least they didn't dress it up and try to hang it.
Imagine that, being the person that had to make pig pants. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, yeah, right? I'm thinking the pig jacket. Like, does it have like, it's like a blazer? I mean, what are we talking? Lab coat? You know, this could go totally different ways here. Like windbreaker, you know, who knows?
And the poor thing probably didn't even know what was going on. It was getting marched, thinking it's so stylish. He's like,
Probably
yeah, look at me. Feeling himself.
He's like, ooh, I'm fancy. It's about time you appreciate the pig. But I still can't believe a statue. Like, he hits it, it falls off. That's just karma. It's just karma.
Yeah, they had cases of like bathtubs. Like if you fell into a bathtub, you could sue the bathtub, or if you fell on an axe. Like there was a whole bunch of inanimate. But we're going back to animals.
Weird.
So they could face charges. You know how like the cats, we don't even have to really get into that. The witch trials, they were often said to be familiars, and but they had it set up that there were different laws. Like they were tried in different courts for domesticated animals like dogs, cats, cows, donkeys, horses, pigs that are like more around the house
Yeah.
because they're said they should have known better is how they saw it because they were around humans so much and they're under human control. So they were seen in secular courts, like government courts, not church related courts. And they would literally be summoned to court just like a regular trial. They would have witnesses, their defense
Oh my
attorney,
God.
and sometimes their owners would be considered co-conspirators. Like if you knew you had a bad cow, but you didn't do anything, you could be tried as well.
Oh what? So what's funny is my boyfriend used to work on a farm and he got kicked in the face by a cow.
Was it his cow?
No.
Then he should have sued that cow.
Right?
You should have brought him to court. And what's so hilarious
my
in these
God.
too is if like a cow was put on trial, they would bring a bunch of other cows to look on at the trial. And if the cow was to be executed, they would bring cows to watch the execution. To be like, you see what's going to happen?
That is funny. Well, they do say judged by a jury of your peers, right? Guilty or not guilty? Mrr. 1 move for guilty, 2 moves for not guilty. And they just like cow pies. This is what we think of this courtroom.
That's so gross. I know. Imagine how disgusting the courtroom would have been after.
Ugh.
But they had vermin like weevils, termites, rats, or any other wild animals would be tried in the ecclesiastical court. So, like a court that's more church based. And they were seen, these animals or creatures were seen more under supernatural control. Like vermin, like rodents and insects, they weren't seen under human control.
So it must be a demon.
Yeah.
And that's why I went to church court.
Yes.
That actually makes sense.
And they were also summons, just like a regular person would be summons. But back then it would be by like either posting a sign or a town crier. But strangely, a lot of these cases were tried in absentia, like the defendant didn't attend the court. Like when the termites were called, they just ignored their summons.
Oh
And
my gosh.
if that happened, a lot of time they could just rule without them there and they could be excommunicated. So they'd no longer be welcome in the church.
Oh, yeah, because that skunk is totally going to come in there and stink the place up. Is that like their old school version of pest control?
I guess. There were some cases, I don't think I included it, but when they excommunicated some insect and then as a punishment they sprayed holy water all around.
What the Was it just holy water? What'd they do? Put some eucalyptus oil in it? Like, what's happening here?
Sure.
Let's get the
But some
frankincense and myrrh.
some say they were excommunicated first to make exterminating them later like not like they were no longer seen as God's creatures. You know what I mean?
Oh, so they feel better about themselves when they kill them.
Basically.
Okay. Okay.
But they held that like wolves, bears, or what wild animals, they weren't legally accountable. They were all set they could do what they want. Okay?
Weird. Okay. So if you were a predator, it was okay. If you were prey acting out, that was a problem.
Yes.
Okay. Huh.
Animals were being charged with damage to property, murdering, harming people, even bestiality.
What? How?
I'm giving you a minute.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Just to clarify, are we talking they got charged for animal on animal porking, or the people were porking and they were charged?
People were porking and they were charged.
What? But that donkey, got that ass though. Like, what? That is so messed up.
But the biggest culprits being charged with harming people seem to be pigs because they live with people and they can be nasty, especially to little kids that can't really fight back.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of pigs were condemned, tortured before being executed. There's a case back in France in 1457. A mother pig and her piglets were put on trial for murdering a child. The mother pig was found guilty, but the piglets were acquitted due to lack of evidence because they had blood splatter on them, but the mother seems to be the one and maybe because of their age. They were acquitted, but then they were sent back with their owner on like a probationary period. And the judge said basically like if they if they act up again, you have to let the court know so we can intervene.
Oh my gosh. It was Piglet house arrest. Did they get an ankle monitor?
They didn't, but the owner for some reason gave them back. And then they had to be rehomed. So I don't know if the piglets were troublemakers.
Weird. Because that's money back in the day. I mean, you're losing money.
Imagine how much time and energy and everything you put into these things, and then it's your food. Like you said, it's money.
I'm sending you a picture of the skull.
Okay.
And that's on the mount that I want to put it on. It looks pretty badass.
Oh, that looks cool. I didn't picture that mount at all. Yeah, I'm going to share this. I'll put it out with the episode.
Yeah. When pigs attack.
There's so many. There's like hundreds of pigs. And in some cases, more than one pig was charged. Like they could have accomplices in crimes. Back in 1379, in the village of Saint Marcel, Les Jussy, a herd of pigs were said to have started and participated in a riot that ended with a bunch of infants being murdered. And those complicit in the crime were found guilty, while some of the rioters were put on, these are all pigs, were put on trial but were pardoned.
What? Let's start a riot. Riot. Oh my gosh, a piggy riot. What were these parents doing?
The pig parents? Oh, the parents of the children.
No, the parents of the babies that got killed.
I don't know. I literally just picture like straw houses with no windows. Because what would they do for windows back then? Couldn't just anyone come in? Because you can't just close the whole wall. You had to have something.
I'm just saying multiple, that means multiple parents were not paying attention to their children long enough for a piglet to kill it. I mean, that takes time.
Yeah. And there was a lot of cases where they said pigs strangled infants. I don't see how they could strangle them.
Maybe they sat on them?
Unless just laying on them. Yeah, I can't imagine their hands. It's sad, but it's just a strange situation.
But maybe, if it viewed it as part of the family or whatever, it was cuddling up with it and accidentally suffocated it. This thing's small and pink. It's got to be like us.
I just figure if this was happening everywhere, parents would be more vigilant. But I mean, I don't know the whole situation at all back then. So
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know. But on to weevils. Do you know what weevils are?
No, but it sounds like a weasel.
Okay. No, I thought it was too. That's why I asked you first. It's like that. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a bug.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, they're pretty yucky looking. It's a small beetle with elongated snouts.
Ew.
But back in 1587 in Saint Julien, France, the vineyards were being destroyed. The locals relied on the vineyard for everything, so they were pissed. And the weevils were in turn summoned to court. And for some reason, they didn't appear.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
Their lawyer was there.
Maybe it wasn't in French.
Oh, that might have been it.
Oui, oui. We don't speak your language.
But yeah, I mean, the lawyer, judge, jury, everyone showed up but the rude weevils. And the court ordered that all the locals pray for the weevils to go away. So the locals all went home and they prayed. And I guess the weevils did go away. But then they ended up coming back. And the matter was right back in court again. Weevils summoned again. And the weevils' defense argued that they were put here by God, and God would not put them here without giving them enough food. So the prosecution argued that the people that settled here in this area have ownership over the land and the crops, and the weevils don't have the right to eat their grapes. As a compromise, the weevils were offered some land to be only theirs, with the agreement that if the humans needed to, they could still pass through and take some water there occasionally. And the defense was like, nope, no bargain. There's not enough food on that land. And it was ordered that the weevils had to live on the land or leave.
Wow. Can you imagine trying to get a bug to live on a certain piece? Like, This is your property line, sir. And you keep like picking it up and moving it. It just keeps walking back. You're like, no, no, no. Go this way. They like put a fence up or something.
I would give anything to be in like an old-timey court case. Just to see
Yeah.
everything, and they're so awesome.
Because like, how does he do it with a straight face?
I mean, Spring Hill Jack, like, just all these things are so hilarious
Oh,
to
yeah.
me.
They were so extra.
They had to believe it too, right? Like, to a point.
You'd think, yeah. That is just bananas.
All right, I only have 2 more cases for you. So we have roosters. No, 3 more cases, I lied. Roosters in Switzerland in 1474 in the city of Basel. There was a rooster that supposedly laid an egg. And if you know, a rooster is a male, a hen is a female. Right?
Mm-hmm. And roosters are mean as hell.
They are pretty nasty.
I had one. I really am sucking it up in this barnyard section. And it would chase people out of the car. People wouldn't get out of their cars because it was mean. It'd attack them.
You really are a country girl.
Say you're from the Midwest without saying you're from the Midwest.
She's like, I had a pig. I rode that.
Yeah, I rode that. I got a rooster. It was mean as hell.
But the residents saw that the rooster laid this egg, and they feared that this was unnatural and evil. So the rooster was placed on trial for witchcraft, as the rooster was said to have consorted with the devil, resulting in the egg.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hold that one in. Boogity boogity. What's funny is they use chicken blood and stuff a lot in like voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's so funny to me. Like it's so ironic.
The residents believed that the egg contained a cockatrice, or a basilisk, which is like a dragon with the head of a rooster. The rooster, I thought a basilisk was the one from Harry Potter.
It's a snake. Yeah,
That's
that
what I
is.
thought. But then if you look up cockatrice, they used to call that a basilisk as well. So,
Maybe this is one of those like cultural things. In one place it's a snake, and in another place it's kind of a snake.
Yeah.
Dude, look up a Groot slang. You're
A
welcome.
what?
A Groot slang.
Groot slang.
Just trust me. Look it up. It's like half snake, half elephant.
Oh my gosh, how did I never know about this? This is amazing. This is my
I'm going to
spirit
cover
animal.
it at some point.
Yes. Wow. That's something. Look at all the tusks too. You think
Yep.
he only
Well,
has
there's different
2?
versions
Nope.
too.
He has plenty of them.
Yeah, there's different versions too.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. But, okay, the rooster was found guilty along with one of its eggs, which was also tried, and sentenced to death for the heinous and unnatural crime of laying an egg. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So the rooster and the egg were burned in front of a crowd of the town's residents. And the executioner said that once it was done, he found 3 more eggs inside the rooster. So, hey, maybe it was a hen, not a rooster. Or it was like an anomaly. It can sometimes happen that an animal has another reproductive organ inside of them. It's not common, but it can happen. It's not impossible.
That is so bizarre. You'd think that they would know what a rooster is, though.
you would think. How about
Maybe
that?
they just cooked it rotisserie.
They were like, wow, this tastes like hen.
Rotisserie and hard-boiled eggs.
If it was a cockatrice, I'd probably just let it hatch just to see it.
Well, you don't know if it's going to come out one or the other. It could be a snake. It could be a chicken. Could be both.
Yeah, why not just wait and see?
Well, if they kill the chicken, they're not going to have anything to incubate it.
True. True.
Unless they just throw a dead carcass, but I don't think it's going to keep it warm.
Well, their loss. So, in France, a man was placed on trial alongside a donkey for the crime of bestiality.
Oh, no. I knew that was coming. Was the donkey a male or a female? Not that it matters, but...
Female. Okay, so I think this... Yeah, an article said it was a girl, but then I just, in my mind, think donkey boy.
Oh.
Shrek.
Yeah, true. Well, Shrek, and wasn't there another... I feel like there's another donkey. Pinocchio. Wasn't there a donkey in Pinocchio?
Yes. But this donkey, possibly female, was being charged for the man assaulting it. After many witnesses came
Whoa,
forward.
whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
Victim blaming? We're
Yes.
going this way? Oh,
That's what
gosh.
they
Okay.
did.
What the?
Many witnesses came forward. The man was found guilty, and the donkey, most likely due to the character witnesses, was acquitted because people were coming forward saying it was a good donkey.
That's a nice donkey. Nay, once for yes and two for no.
That is so insane, though. Why would they ever try an animal for that? Like, horses were tried for this. Like, it doesn't even make any sense to me.
I mean, I wonder if it's because bestiality, the act, was against the law. Therefore, they are assuming both were willing participants. Because if it was an animal, it could have easily, kicked him or ran away or whatever.
Ugh, I don't know. It's insane to me. It doesn't make any sense.
I want to know who saw this activity to
Right?
report it.
How did they have that many witnesses? It was like multiple witnesses. Who was watching
The
this?
witnesses were just saying it was a good donkey. It could have been that it was a good worker. They saw it pull in the cart.
No, witnesses to the act
Maybe they're
as
character
well.
witnesses. Oh, well, never mind.
So they're just like, "Hey, Fred, what are you doing?" And you see Fred over there with his donkey, and
Yeah, he's humping the donkey, waving at the same time. Like, hey guys, I'll be with you in a minute.
So
2 max. The donkey's just sitting there. That's the thing I don't get. Why would the donkey just sit there?
If you're that sick to do it, I don't even want to go deep into it, but he might have been doing it for years. Who knows? Who knows?
No pun intended.
But okay, this is the last one. So this is way back in the 1500s in the small village of Autun, France, which was about 100.
Autun.
It was about 150 miles southeast of France. This was a farming town. They grew a lot of grains like wheat and barley. And the farmers were noticing that their barley crops were getting destroyed. And this was the farmers' food, for the winter. This could make the difference between a shitty winter and a good one. And they tried to deal with this themselves. They chased away those who were doing this, and the problem kept happening over and over. But this was their livelihood. Without the crops, people could starve. And they had all these angry villagers that were going to riot, cause a rebellion, They were fed up, and they decided the culprits had to be stopped. They tried talking to him, chasing him away. I already said that.
Uh-oh.
None of this worked, so the legal system should be able to help them. The farmers had the accused summoned to court. They posted proclamations at crossroads, and I guess they did this back then instead of handing out summons, just town criers doing this, right? It had to be.
Deliver a note what do they call those? A singing telegram or whatever?
Oh my gosh, the singing telegram. That would be beautiful.
It would be.
European summons. Pumping your donkey. Sorry. They were summoned to an ecclesiastical court. What?
I got a question.
Yeah.
They were doing the summoning of these animals. Did they speak French? Or were they speaking animal language?
Just French. I guess they assumed all the animals in the area spoke French.
Are bilingual? We got a bilingual cricket over here.
Oh my gosh.
We need an interpreter. Bob, get over here.
But they were summoned to the ecclesiastical court where the judge could finally charge these rats that were accused of feloniously eating and wantonly destroying the area's barley harvest, enraging the villagers. The court date came. The prosecution, the defendant, the judge were all there, and those who were summoned did not attend.
Oh, you know what? I wonder why the rats weren't held accountable during the plague.
I know. Was that just one?
I think if there was ever a time to put a rat on trial, it wasn't even the rats technically, it was the fleas on the rats, but still, they wouldn't know that. Put a rat on trial.
It's the barley. Barley's more important.
Oh my gosh.
So the prosecution was quick to say that those that were accused and did not even bother to show up should be excommunicated and convicted in absentia.
Oh my god, I just
But
can't get over this. Like, they didn't show up. I cannot believe those rats. Oh my god. Why are they not here? So rude. So rude.
wasting everyone's time.
Yes.
But these rats had a defense lawyer, Bartholomew de Chateau, who had experience defending pigs and other insects.
Oh,
He
so he was like the guy
argued
that got OJ off for the animals.
better. He
Oh, okay.
argued that there were many accused and they should each have their day in court. And some of these rats were elderly and spread out so far that maybe they didn't hear or see the summons that were posted. And
Well played.
they probably would have been convicted if not for their talented defense attorney. The judge agreed
Oh
that
my
it's
god.
possible they didn't get their summons. So the court adjourned, giving a chance for summons to be preached in every pulpit in Autun, making sure that summons were posted, town criers, making sure that all the accused were notified about the court date. Right?
Oh.
This was done, and the court date was set. And then, again, the accused were a no-show.
Ah, those dirty rats.
But Bartholomew,
Oh my gosh.
was quick to say, yeah, they didn't show because they're scared for their lives. They should not have to risk their lives to come to court. In order to attend the trial, they would have to travel all the way to the courthouse where, en route, during daytime, their perilous journey, they could be attacked by their mortal enemy cats.
Oh my gosh, this is great.
Asked all the locals to keep a curfew on their cats, keep them inside until the trial was over. And they refused. The judge agreed that their lives could not be put in jeopardy just to attend court and excused their absence. The court was adjourned. And what really sucks is that the paper trail ended there. So I don't know if it was like they were acquitted or if there was another hearing, but a lot of historians,
they were acquitted.
Yeah, a lot of historians think that their case was dismissed. And
Oh
he
my
actually went on to have a really great career in the legal field, and he even had a film made about him, which I want to watch, with Colin Firth playing a character based on him, defending animals. It's a 1994 film called The Advocate.
That is awesome. We gotta watch it. We definitely gotta watch that.
Absolutely.
As long as there's no like scene with the donkey.
Well, this is just the rat trial. And I think he defends
okay.
pigs. Oh my gosh, I know. The freaking bestiality ones, that's like next level. I don't even know why I included those.
Victim blaming at its finest.
Right?
They couldn't even give consent if it wanted to.
For real. And the witnesses that are like, yes, it's a fine donkey.
Yeah, it's like it's very polite. It's a very polite donkey.
Yes.
And then it's like, wait, did you have your way with the donkey? Like, how do you know?
What's
it's
your
a
relationship?
Lady. Yeah. What's your relationship to the accused? I have not had sexual relations with that donkey. Man, we're hitting all the hot button topics, aren't we? We got OJ, we got Clinton, we got them all.
Seriously, I'm going to get canceled after this one.
You're welcome. You're welcome, guys.
It was really because after I did the werewolf trials, I was like, what other weird cases were there? And I kind of went down this little rabbit hole. When I saw the bathtub getting sued, I was like, what?
I'm going to have to do this.
And then
I'm going to have to get into this.
Oh, but there's like hundreds of cases for pigs. There's so many. I just picked a few. It's hilarious if you want to go down this road.
You want things that are going to get interesting. My little girl back here might get a little irritated tomorrow. I'm covering Annabelle.
Oh, you are?
With peculiar pairings. Yeah.
Oh,
and I have Abigail.
Listen to that one. Ooh. I did her a while ago with Mike, and what was funny was Annabelle, the doll, I guess she made, well, the movie doll, made a cameo in Aquaman because the director that directed Annabelle also directed Aquaman. So in the water, there's the Annabelle doll is in there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Like when it floods?
Like when they're underwater.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like during the flooding section, it was like floating by or something.
No, it's like you have to like look for it. But it was just, it's a funny little
Oh, like an
Easter egg.
Easter egg or whatever they
Yeah.
call those. Okay. Now I've got to go watch. Oh, what a shame. I got to watch Aquaman again.
Poor thing.
Oh, I know. So painful.
So tough. Nowadays, we see animals as not having moral agency or the ability to distinguish between right or wrong, so we don't find them accountable for their actions. But some historians suggest that back then they did this as a deterrent against committing these crimes or for misbehaving. Like if a cow was misbehaving and a cow was on trial, they would have cows watch.
Even a cow's on trial.
And they would think that, watching his execution, a cow won't act up. Or it might have just been public entertainment, a way to make money, whether for the court or the churches.
Oh, yeah.
Because the churches could say, oh, you're not tithing enough. Or the church could gain more power or sway saying, oh, this happened because you weren't praying enough or you didn't believe enough. You didn't have enough faith. But it sounds insane to us now. But it was some sort of, seems like a reach of control, whether monetary or power or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Per the norm. Yeah, I'm not going to act surprised. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Natasha, for coming on and co-hosting again for the
Heck yeah.
500th time.
Pleasure's mine. Pleasure's mine.
And if you want to check Natasha out, she's on Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracy on all the platforms, and I'll link her link tree below.
Yep. Boop, boop. Yeah, hit me up, guys.
And be kind to your animals, especially donkeys.
Yeah. Well, don't be too kind to your donkeys.
Yes.
Be good, but not that good.
Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. Bye.
See ya.
Thank you for listening. If you need more content or just want to help support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com and search Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you need some schnazzy merch, you can find it at crowdmade.com by searching Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you have a story you'd like to share, you can email it to ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and all the other social media platforms under Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
Help me.
All links can also be found on ouchwasthataghost.com.